Good early morning to you guys from Spokane, Washington area, Washington State. It's bright and early in the morning, and I'm heading to my pickup somewhere in the Richland, Pasco area. I haven't even looked exactly what town it is. I probably should have. Should have already put it in my GPS, but it's all good. I'll get it done. And it's a piece of medical equipment going to Tequila, I believe. So I'm heading out that way. Still bright and early. I still haven't even started my coffee yet. So once all that comes through and I get all my energy and my brain starts boiling correctly, we'll get to chatting. Get the stuff already. No, we'll just put it in the van and go. Now just tie up the stuff and on the way. What did I have corners for from last time? I guess I used them for something. Didn't know what the heck it was. Anyway, this is the case. Pays me a round trip from home to Tequila and back home. So here it is. It's about 130, 150 pounds, something like that. Real easy to load. And make sure, here's a tip for you guys. Make sure that when you guys are loading freight and taking a picture of it, make sure you're standing back like this. Open up your stuff, kind of stand back like this and take your picture that way. Not from the side like this, or like, you know what I mean, or from the front towards the back. Basically, there's a few things why we need pictures to be a certain way. First is make sure that the whole freight is strapped in, and that's the reason for the picture. Second of all, they want to see if it's a mess inside the van or not, because some drivers have a huge mess in there that their customers do not want to use them again. So we've had it happen to where they turn you down and they will not give freight to that broker anymore. They say, nope, that van is way too messy, no more. We can't do that. Sometimes it's like a bomb went off in there. I'm serious, I've seen it. I still see it sometimes. And the third reason why is they want it from here to there and not from the front to the back is because they want to make sure that that's the only freight on board, because sometimes people try to get little partials that can deliver whenever, doesn't matter when. Partial can deliver whenever you get there. LTL load. There's no time frame for it. It's just kind of like first come, first serve, whenever you can get it there. And some people will take some partials, put it in their van, and then that way, basically they take partials for cheap, and then the rates, the rate comes out to be a little better than average for them. We can't do that. It's against all our contracts. It's against all the rules. It's against everything. If you guys are trying to partial, then, go drive a semi and just do LTL service or whatever. Or just do strictly LTL service yourself and, load yourself and figure all that out yourself. Because if a driver, owner, operator is taking little partials and has them hidden over there, the truth will always come out. Truth always comes out. So just so you guys know, that's the reason why you want to take a picture from the back to the front. And if you have a mess back there, where your bed is and whatnot, I don't have a mess back here. Look, you guys can see what's over here. My pillow, my bed standing, nothing under there, nothing under my bed, and I still have a curtain covering this up. Just that way so nobody has any questions, you know what I mean? Sometimes we get loads that say food grade clean and you can't even have a bed in there. So you want to make sure that you can put your bed away, you can close some curtains, all that good stuff. Just in a, you know, just a little tip for you guys in that regard. Hopefully it helps. Now I'm on my way to Tequila. This load paid from Spokane to Richland, Washington to Tequila and then back home for me as a round trip. So I got round trip pay on this load and I'm going straight home after this. It is a Friday. And I feel hot in here. I don't know why it's so hot. It feels very hot. On my way. Let's get this done and over with. Should have brought my fishing pole, but I did go fishing yesterday with the fishing boat. I'll show you guys that in some other video. Not that I'm like bragging or anything, but you know, just that way you guys can see what I got. If somebody wants to come out fishing over here, they can go. I'm also a fishing guide as well now. Self-proclaimed, self-taught fishing guide now. Oh, which way do we go? Always a little dilemma. When you didn't put the address in the GPS, you always got to figure out where to go. Going from warm weather until, what is it out here, 52 degrees. Yesterday when we were out fishing, took family out and stuff, it was 92. 92, you can tell, right? Got a little more tan, a little more darker. Anyways, 92 to 52, that's a big difference. Same thing with us yesterday. We had those thunderstorms, lightning and all that kind of stuff fly through. Some high winds, but haven't been out here in a little while with rainy weather. It's usually when I'm out here, it's all sunny, it's all nice and bright and not gloomy looking, and you have a little better attitude towards everything when it's not raining. But hey, that's just me. It's all good. It is what it is. Work is work, money is money, money's green. So you just gotta work and do your thing, and everything else will fall into place. I'm thinking after this, I'm gonna go to that feast buffet. If you guys are a fan of Chinese American food, mostly Chinese, but then there is some, you know, American food in there. They have decent sushi for a buffet. Decent. Don't go too far with those words. Decent sushi. They've got some seafood, especially like on a Friday night or evenings. They've got more seafood. But I'm gonna go for lunch after this. It's called Feast Buffet. Feast in Renton, Washington, which is really close to the airport, really close to Tequila, kind of right in the middle where everything is. So if you guys are in Washington State, Seattle area, you guys can go hit up Feast Buffet. I'm sure there's cheaper ones out there, and I know there is. This one's on the higher side as far as dinner goes, but it's well worth it. Like, I'm serious. When it's the seafood night, I've been there when they got big lobsters. I've been there when they got crab, steaks, other meats. They're good, but yeah, the seafood is what's hard to find. Good seafood, as far as a buffet goes, is kind of a hard find right now. If you guys know something better than Feast Buffet and you guys live out here, let me know in the comments section. Comment, and I'll go check it out next time I'm out here. This 405 is kind of a never-ending thing here, huh? Always an upgrade, and always under construction. For as long as I've, been coming here. And that's for over 30 years now. Same thing kind of like with I-5, always under construction, just because it's such a heavily used freeway. Same thing with the 405. By the time they're done, they're gonna need a remodel. By the time they're done with the remodel, they're gonna need to do another remodel. So places like this are always under construction. It's not like LA, where you just go and you hit the potholes and you know the concrete pavement out there as far as freeway goes, and it's all good. Yeah, that's one thing of LA. You know, at least they could get freeway work done, but nobody does that. They just like to collect money. I'm almost home already. Look at this. We got good weather on our side. Seattle is Western Washington, just so you know. A lot of people get things confused and think that Washington State is all rainy and all gloomy, and Seattle rains a lot. It rains in Seattle, but on the eastern side of Washington, where I'm at, where my home base is, it doesn't rain that much, as you can tell. Look at this. We're already having dry grass. Fire season soon, probably. So, hopefully not, but with the way things are looking, it's coming up. Anyways, I did go to Feast Buffet, and you know what? For the first time, I was very disappointed. I've been there many times. I liked the food before, but I haven't been eating out as much lately, and for some reason, everything I tried over there had a nasty aftertaste. Sushi was okay. The sushi was okay, and the spicy soup was okay. Besides that, I had to buy a bunch of snacks along the way. Bunch of candy just to get the nasty taste of that beef that I tried, and a couple other things out of my mouth, because I tried it and it seems like it just kept on lingering with the aftertaste in my mouth, in my nose, everything like that. So I don't know, not a fan of that. You guys gotta, locals in Seattle area, you guys gotta tell me what else is out there, what other kind of good buffets you guys have that are reasonably priced. It actually tastes good, because I don't know, what's up with Feast Buffet today. They had a ton of fish of all kinds, like fried fish, boiled fish, big fish, small fish. I don't know why, but it was like a fish day today. Fish day is not my day. I mean, I'll eat my walleye, and I'll eat my panfish, and I will eat my bass, and I will smoke my trout, and that's it. I deep fry, you know, the white meat, and the red meat, obviously, I smoke it. The way I like my fish is not to be tasting fish in the fish, you know what I mean? Sometimes you get a little bit when you're frying, but not much at all. That's why I like to season it, dip it in the seasoning, and deep fry my panfish that I fry. Walleye, the best tasting fish you'll ever get. Hardly any bones, hardly any issues, hardly any aftertastes of any kind. It's especially like river walleye is the best from the Columbia River. Same thing with the bass from that lake. They call it Lake Roosevelt where I go, but it's on the Columbia River. It's just so wide and big that they call it a lake out here. Anyways, that's the only kind of fish I'll eat. But that buffet, that was just so nasty that I'm still working on my candy. It was gross. That's it for this load, guys. Simple, easy pickup, easy delivery, and I am on my way home. I'm almost home. I don't know how many miles I got left. Let me look at the mile marker. We're looking to be at 270. And we got 261, so nine more miles. 9, and we're at home base. Like, comment, subscribe if you guys like the content, and let me know what you want to see next time. these days. Hard to win loads. Competition is running cheap just to stay afloat, it seems like. Rates are on the lower side, and a lot less freight on the boards. And I noticed that a lot of freight is actually being taken, like more freight is being just quoted by phone calls and emails versus hitting the load board with a lot of brokers. So I don't know, one of those things. God bless you guys. If you guys have employment questions, email the email address in the description of the video. Email it, eagleexpressops@gmail.com, but make sure you copy and paste it and email for questions. I don't really have time to be spending on the phone with every potential driver, but I do answer every single email. I answer it. That's the most productive way for me to be able to get in touch with you. Either email it or you guys can do the Connect. We can have a phone, either text, or we can do a video call through Connect app.